It's my proud privilege to deliver the convocation address. Now, I really didn't know what a convocation address would involve and entail. But of course, the thanks are to Sharad Ji Jaipuria, Chairman of the Jaipuria Institute of Management, for having invited me and giving me an opportunity to come back to this institute which I had been to a couple of years ago. And Jaipuria Ji, it's an honor once again to share the joy and enthusiasm that comes when you are spending a little time with the young students, the future leaders of our country. I was just asking Prabhat Ji, and he mentioned that yes, the prepared text of a speech, which is a little formal, has already been made available and it can be read by our colleagues. But I wanted to also read out something which really motivated me today morning to get the personal greetings and gratitude from Dr. Pankaj Gupta, DG of the Jaipuria Group. He sent me an email today and he said, "Dear Mr. Mathur, greetings, I am extremely delighted to know that you will be visiting our Jaipur campus today as the chief guest for our convocation. I was also scheduled to come to meet you, but due to an urgent meeting, I am unable to come. Hence, I thought to convey my personal regards and gratitude through this email. You may not know me." See, I don't know him. I don't know him really. But he also saying, "You may not know me, but you have played a big role in my life." And he writes, "I belong to Lucknow and was also a student of Dr. Amrita Das. I was a lecturer then in Colvin College, Lucknow. At the time, I read your interview in Competition Success Review and that changed my life. I had placed your interview right on my study table as I used to see you daily and draw inspiration from you. Your ideas like being tenacious, reading, etc. were useful. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude and but I was not fortunate when I heard you were coming. I thought to convey my gratefulness to you through this note. I was selected in the UP Provincial Civil Services and later worked with ICSI, University of Washington and IIM Kozhikode and now I am the Director General of Jaipuria Group. You have made a big impact on my life. I wish to express my heartfelt gratitude once again. Look forward to meeting you sometime in the future. Best regards, Dr. Pankaj Gupta." Why I was sharing this with Sharad Ji and why I'm sharing it with you is that it is people in our life that make an impact. Like Dr. Pankaj Gupta is saying that I didn't know him, but he read something about me in a magazine when I stood second in the All India Civil Service exam to become an IAS officer. This was quite a long time back. This was in 1986. So 1986, somebody reads the article about me and he chooses to send me an email today in 2014. It touches my heart. This is for me a great sense of fulfillment. So you got to acknowledge people like I acknowledge the teachers who taught me. I started in Lucknow and I did my MBA from Lucknow and I was born in Jaipur and there are teachers in school and college and university who have majorly impacted my life. I know the way I behave, the way I interact are completely borrowed from the teachers I've had. And a convocation, the formality or the rigor of a convocation, a formal robe and walking in, the whole rigor of this very solemn function today is actually to symbolize how much we all respect education, Shiksha, Saraswati, whatever. This is a Western thing, but what we do invoking Saraswati is really to pay homage to whoever teaches us. So whoever teaches us is to be respected all your life. And I was also reading just now this book on Unlearn, this Admission Guide 2014, And I would compliment the management for introducing this course as something which will basically take you to unlearn and learn and then relearn. So we are all our life in this process of unlearning. So you who have all graduated and you already got jobs, it touches us. We're so proud that all of you are doing so well. Some of you are still studying, some of you are looking for better jobs. You could have got jobs, but you're still aspirational. Some of you have got the jobs you wanted. So you will be all the time in life confronted with this whole business. Have you learned enough? Now it's all okay. Have you reached coasting speed? You take your leg off the accelerator, the car won't run. If you take your leg off, it will do a little distance, but then the car will come to stop. So all your life, the accelerator is the ability to keep unlearning, learning, and then relearn, and again unlearn, learn, relearn. So the challenge is in unlearning. Many of us, all of us in fact, are so full of ourselves. We think we got it all, we know it all, we have studied it all. Now to hell with reading. I was encouraging in the attractions, Prabhatji, I was encouraging that the library should not be in a corner. In fact, the foyer, the rooms, everywhere you got to be surrounded by books, not really physical books, but now you got the internet, you got the mobiles. So all the time you're Googling, you can access knowledge, you can access information all the time, anytime. So that's not big deal anymore. The big deal is, are you willing to get it inside you? Are you willing to use it? Or are you so stuck in what you think you already know? You're already the smartest guys on earth. I'm the smartest guy I think there is around. So that's going to happen with all of us. The moment we think that we know it all, we got it all, we are stuck. So it's like a road, the potholes on a road. If you've got a good car, you got a Mercedes, then those potholes will just be eaten up by a good car. It won't impact you because the shockers, the whole technology available. So whatever road bumps come, you will coast through. Or if you're another Maruti 800, a Maruti 800, the shocks will be transferred to you. So are you willing to live your life in a way, because there will be potholes, the road will not always be perfect. But are you willing to strengthen yourself? Are you willing to take the shocks? Because they will come, you will lose jobs. Companies will close down where you are working. You might be terminated, you might be dismissed. But how quickly can you get out of it again? So I encourage you, in fact, that's the thing that transformed my life. After an MBA, I got a job in Bombay and it was a good company, but I knew that there's something missing in my life. I couldn't put a finger to what was missing. But it seemed to me that this is not what I want. It was a job with a blue chip company, and I was being paid 4 times what my father used to be paid. So I was doing pretty well. I also had a girlfriend. So life in Bombay was as good as it could get. But there was something missing. And then I met a teacher. And that teacher, that trainer, transformed my life. And I realized I need to write the IAS exam. So I took the civil service exam while I was in Bombay, traveling in the local trains. But who was the motivation? There were some idols I also knew. I had seen some people who were in the IAS. I took the exam, I studied, and first attempt I got into income tax, second attempt I stood second All India. And I encourage you to look for your dream. You got this, you've done an MBA, great. You want to leave entire management and want to become a poet, you want to become a writer, or you want to become a chef, you want to do a culinary course, you want to go to US, to Cornell, and become one of the best chefs in the world. The highest salaries are people who pass out of Cornell, catering college in Cornell. They get more salary than what a Harvard MBA gets. The highest paid guys are not the finance people, but chefs. They are the highest paid in the world. We don't know about that because that's a very small space. So you can be anything you want. It's for you to choose to be who you want to be. So So don't be stuck that, oh, I'm an MBA, so I have to only. Incidentally, I'm an MBA, and MBA means much below average. But that's to level you, you know. So so I'm not running you down. But I'm saying, so what? You done an MBA? Well, this doesn't mean anything. It can mean everything if you want it to mean everything. But if you want to still move on and you want to do something fantastic, go ahead. Don't be stuck in what will the world say, what will my people say. You go and chase your dream, and whatever your dream, the bigger the dream, bigger the failures, but bigger the success. So go and chase big dreams. Don't be satisfied with a small job, with you know, oh, this is who I am capable of. I come from a middle class background. You know, my father worked in the railways. We are middle class people. You know, average lifestyles like all of us. And, you know, typically middle class families. And anything is possible. Now I head a bank. I'm the first IAS officer to head a bank. And I just been to BRICS with the Prime Minister for the BRICS summit. And you know, I travel every week. I go abroad and I travel the world. I fly first class. And I got a great job, and I'm still in the government. So I think I chased a dream, but still I've got more dreams, you know. So I encourage you today to take that pledge that all your life you will be a student. It's not like that you got it today, so now you know this is it. You know, very often graduation is a celebration of you know, completion. It's a completion, but not of learning lifelong. This is the beginning. The joy you got of being in a batch, and we can sense that, you know, the batch, you know, how there are laughters and, you know, cracks, and because you relate to as a group. But there are more groups waiting out there, or in which you can be members. You can be members of hundreds of groups. So go join another group, which is Transforming India. Join that group. Make a difference, whichever area, and live your dreams, fly, like somebody was mentioning when I was seeing the Rangoli at the entrance, that it symbolizes the owl with wings. So ladies and gentlemen, the young ladies and gentlemen who have been graduating today, you know, you are all those symbolic owls with wings. Go fly high, Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request the dignitaries on the dais to please release the iconic presentation of the 7th Annual Convocation. Now I request the Director, Dr. Prabhat Pankaj, to come on the podium for the special announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the pleasure of making this special announcement today in recognition of excellent performance, dedication, working beyond call of duties to ensure student learning, innovations in teaching, and overall contribution. Management has decided to institute annual Best Faculty Award. The next announcement, for excellent performance and overall contribution, the Best Faculty Award 2014 goes to Dr. Swati Soni. May I
Abhay Sharma. Abhishek Pranshu Singh. Trisha Chardi. Joel M. Matthew. Kritika Saxena. Krishnanath Sharma. Nidhi Chaturvedi. Nikita Agarwal. Nikita Shirley Thomas. Pallavi Bharadwaj. Pallavi Oja. Palak Tata. Pratik Kumawat. Prashant Pratap Singh. Pratik Shukla. Pratik Sharma. Praveen Sitabar. Rishi Agarwal. Pooja Majoria.
Bye.